Hello. Today I'm going to be looking at the Roundhouse Engineering Sammie Locomotive. I haven't seen any videos out on unboxing one of these, so I figured why not give it a try. So here we have a Sammie fresh off the boat from England. Purchased this through Jason Kovac in the train department out of New Jersey. Packed extremely well. I can't complain, especially after I watched the UPS guy throw it the last 10 feet onto the porch. The other box that this was inside of took all the shock, and this thing arrived safe and sound. Let's take a look inside and see what we have. All right, first thing we see in here, looks like we have another bag. We have steam oil, a large syringe, probably for water. Yep, with the tube for it. Also have, appears to be one of the domes in here, in this bag. We also have down here, we have wrench, we have washers, etc. All the stuff you need to maintain the engine. Set that aside. Very important. Looks like we have the instruction manual. All the information on what to do. I'll set this down here in front. For the Sammie and Birdie, both of these are the same engine, just with some cosmetic changes to the cab and the buffers on the front and rear. All the information you need on how to operate your locomotive. We also have, looks like a warranty card to send in on it. I'll be taking care of that shortly. Very good. Put those up, move them aside. Oh, while I was at it, when I was purchasing the Sammie from the train department, I also purchased the larger bottle of steam oil and the filler adapter so I can fill the engine with the butane. Neither of those come stock with the locomotive. Well, the filler knob does not come with the locomotive. Small bottle of steam oil does. Now let's get to the big part in here. Let's get the engine out. I may have to set this down for a second. All right, here we go. Very well packed. Is in bubble wrap. And then again, looks like it's bagged once inside here. So let me get the bubble wrap out of the way. We now have the Sammie in its sealed plastic bag. Well, not sealed, but closed plastic bag. Set this camera down once more. Trying to prop a camera up is not easy. There we go. That's the easy way. There, now we can take this out of the bag. Get that out of the way, and now we have the Roundhouse Sammie Locomotive. Again, this is part of the basic series from Roundhouse Engineering. It uses the slip eccentrics for the forward and backwards gearing. Slip eccentrics are out as right here. It's a nice little 040. If we turn around to the back, the light's a little better here. We can see inside to a cab. Down here we have your burner with your jet set up all ready to go. Over here, we'll move back to this side. You can see into the cab. You have the throttle linkage right here. This is your actual throttle. And over here, we have the fuel tank. If you look through this window, you can see the fuel tank for the engine right there. That is filled through the hole up here on the top, which is why you have to get the adapter to run the engine so you can get down through that into the tank. Now over here is the knob to control the fuel. This is the knob for the fuel right here. This one. over here, we're going to go around to the other side. So there's another nice view of the overall of the engine. And then you will notice here is the tank for the lubricator. This is where your steam oil goes in, right here. It's got a nice little, fairly little tight there for the first time. Has the cap, and there's where you would fill up the steam oil. Set that back in here and tighten her back down. I'll worry about that a little later. I have both hands available. Underneath, you have the drain right here for the lubricator. This right here, this knob is for the drain the lubricator, so you can drain out the liquid that's built up in it after a run. Moving a little forward, right here we have the safety valve. This is what normally would be covered by this dome that came packaged separately because it is a piece that can come off and they didn't want it rattling around in there. My assumption, didn't want it rattling around to possibly damage the engine, so they packed it separately. This is also where you fill the water on the boiler. So if we unscrew this, you can get a look down into the boiler there for the filling. Put that back in place. Move around here towards the front of the engine, take a look. Nice little engine. Oh, one other thing is, it does that I saw when I recently was looking at one of these. It's hard to see, but they do have their own chuffer now fitted. It's not a Sunderland's or one of the other upgrade ones, but they do have a nice little chuffer fitted down inside there. I know it's very difficult, if it's possible at all, to see it down in there. On the front, we have the old link and pin tile coupler assembly on the front. I run knuckle couplers on my railroad, so I'm going to have to figure out some way of doing a little modification to get a knuckle coupler fitted onto that, but I doubt that'll be too difficult. Same on the rear, you have the link and pin set up. And again, I'll be converting that over to knuckles at some point here shortly. You have builder's plate inside the cab, right there. On the underside of the engine, we'll turn her over here and give a look on the underside. Very simple, very straightforward engine. Serial number down there in the bottom corner. Again, the drain plug up here for the lubricator. The front piston assembly with the exhaust pipe coming out here in the middle. All in all, a pretty simple, pretty straightforward locomotive, which I hope to be able to get a lot of use out of here in the next couple weeks and years to come after that. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is just a quick look, an unboxing, seeing what you get inside when you purchase a Roundhouse Engineering Sammie locomotive straight from the factory. Thank you much. Have a great day.